Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can and should do after you've been in an abusive situation to reclaim your power. One of the things that happens when we go through abuse is we are completely deconstructed. All of our power is taken away, whether we went into the situation lacking in power or we went into it and we had that taken away from us. It is a massive problem. And if you don't rebuild yourself, and you don't rebuild all of the things that give you the control and the power, the chances are pretty high that you're going to fall back into another situation where you're being taken advantage of or worse. So I want to share the things with you that helped me after I came out of abusive situations, because I know that they can help you. Number one, seek professional support. I have to say this as a very, very first thing, because if you're only just coming out of an abusive situation, you are going to be very vulnerable, probably very confused. It'll probably be really difficult for you to even unpick everything that has happened to you. The trauma that comes with abuse means that it's very difficult for you to pick through what has happened, and actually sitting with a therapist or a trauma informed counselor can really help you to come to terms with what has happened to you, come to terms with the process that you've just been through, and come to terms with what you've got out of. It's definitely the top priority, is to seek professional support. I'm going to link to some charities in the UK that are fabulous for reaching out to. A local one that I work with now is MK Act, and that's really important to reach out. If you can't afford to find a therapist, to find a counselor, to find a psychiatrist, or you're not in a position to make that happen, reach out to one of a number of charities. Now, I will list some that we have available here in the UK. If you're from America or other countries, you will have your own support networks that are charitable, that will be there to support you. So as long as you are safe and you're out of the abusive situation and there is no risk of anybody looking at your history and that creating a danger for you, please go ahead and Google abuse or domestic violence or interrelationship violence or interrelationship domestic abuse specialists and charities in your area, because I promise you there will be someone available to you, whether it is online or on the phone. The second thing you need to do is to re-establish boundaries. Absolutely 100% of people who have been in an abusive situation have had their boundaries taken away, their right to assert themselves taken away. And when you are in this situation, you become almost a people pleaser by demand, because you want to keep yourself safe. So you automatically start thinking about, okay, what do I need to do in this situation so that it doesn't blow up, so there isn't an argument, so there isn't this volatile situation that probably happened anyway. But this is the way we work, right? We want to protect ourselves, so we give away our boundaries because we hope that the perpetrator will not become violent or not become abusive or emotionally abusive, financially abusive, however this has played out for you. We hope that by giving them everything we think that they might want, that it will be okay, and it never is. And when you've come out the other side of abuse, you will find that you no longer know what your boundaries are. So spend some time working on boundaries. Google it. I have some videos that can help with this. Reach out to a coach, reach out to a counselor, reach out to a charity, go on YouTube, look at videos about setting boundaries, go on Audible, find an audio book, order yourself a book, sit and read it, talk to people about boundaries and what are their boundaries and how do they set boundaries, and just familiarize yourself with the fact that you have given away your power by giving away your boundaries to protect yourself. There's no judgment here. And also just start to learn how you can put that back in place in your life. Number 3 is something that I talk about all the time. And the reason I talk about this so much is because this is probably the number one thing that I did to rebuild myself and to put myself into a place where I will never go through that again, because I built myself up. So number 3 is self-care. And self-care seems like it's a trivial thing, seems like a trite thing. But again, when you've been in an abusive situation, you will not have been keeping up with your self-care. Your care for yourself will have gone out the window to prioritize the care for the perpetrator, because again, you're keeping yourself safe, right? You're doing what you need to do so that when you're in that situation, you hope that you will moderate it. You hope that it won't happen. You hope that you'll keep yourself in a nicer environment. So there are lots of reasons we stop giving ourselves the self-care. But another reason that we do this is because our self-worth is stripped away during an abusive episode, situation, relationship. I am going to link to a video on self-care because I think that is one of those powerful things you can do for yourself. I also have free downloads. Please just reach out, comment. I will send you the things that I have made. I have a 7-day pre-filled out planner. So if you can't even think how you start putting self-care in, message me. I will send you this for free for no cost, just because I know that it can be overwhelming starting to think about yourself. And this is a planner where it is literally filled out. Monday morning, do this. Monday afternoon, do this. Monday evening, do this. And of course, like anything else, you are now stepping into a place of power. You can pick and choose what works for you. You don't have to go through it militantly and do every single thing, or you can do every single thing. And you can take from it what helps you and discard what doesn't, because this is about you being in your power. Things that you can put into your life for self-care. Taking yourself on dates. That is huge. Running yourself a bath. We all know about yoga, reading, taking time for yourself. But think about the people that you're spending time with. That's a form of self-care. Be really sure that you are giving your time and energy away to people who are going to hold you up and hold space for you, because you're vulnerable. You're completely vulnerable when you come out of this situation, and you won't have been prioritizing healthy energy in your life when you've been in this situation. And I really implore you to think about the people that you're giving your energy to and be very picky about who you spend time with, and make sure that you do spend time with other people, but also spend time by yourself. Learn how to enjoy spending time by yourself. Start a new hobby. That can be a fantastic way of bringing something positive into your healing period. Taking time for yourself helps you to restore your nervous system. When you've been in an abusive situation, you're constantly in fight, flight, or freeze all of the time, and it's going to take a while to soothe that system. So be very forgiving of yourself and just try to put in as many nice things as possible. So number 4 is build a support network. I kind of just touched on that, but this is critical. So have family around you that understand what have happened, that love you and make you feel nourished. Have friends around you that do the same thing. Be open to finding new friends. Very often when we've been in an abusive situation, we've been cut off from our friends, our family, our social network, and it's really important to start rebuilding that. And it might feel scary because you're vulnerable, and it might feel like you can't trust anyone because the ultimate betrayal has happened to you. And maybe you've cut friends out during the course of your abusive situation. Maybe you can work on getting those back with some honesty, some openness, some vulnerability, or be open to meeting new people. Support networks are great for this. If you're really in the beginning stages and you feel like it would be useful to have people around you that just automatically understand what you've been through, a support network can be a very valuable way of finding people that can hold that space for you. It's very important to find people that will offer you comfort, validation, and just feeling really good about yourself, feeling safe. This is the main thing I need you to start looking for in people. I need you to gravitate towards the people that make you feel safe, but also you need to cast a little bit of a critical eye on this, because when you're in the abusive situation, you will have convinced yourself that that was a safe space. So you need to relearn what it means to feel safe with people. Finally, number 5 is practice self-compassion. I've kind of touched on this with the other things, but love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be very forgiving. What you have been through will have dismantled the fabric of who you are. It's okay that you're in that place. It's okay to rebuild. And as someone who has been through this, I can promise you that it is absolutely possible that not only will you survive this, but you can thrive. You can build an entirely new life for yourself, full of love, excitement, safety, and just a passion for life. I promise you that that is absolutely possible. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to be compassionate with yourself. I have videos on this. There are lots of resources out there that you can look for if you don't know where to start with this. And actually, you know what? Watching YouTube videos on people talking about how to love yourself, how to be compassionate, reading books, listening to podcasts, these are all healthy things to put into your brain, even if you feel like you know exactly how to do this. It's really important to have as much information as possible going in to your psyche, to your personality, to build that trust in the process of the healing that you are doing. I promise you that if you have not felt resilient in your life and you do not feel resilient now, that you can learn to be resilient. Remember that reclaiming your power is a journey. It's not a one size fits all. It's not a tick list and then you're done. This can take a whole lifetime. It could take years. The beginning parts, you can get them started right now. Start work on these 5 things and you will be well on your way to rebuilding yourself as someone who will not accept that kind of behavior into their life ever again. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe for more tips on healing, growth, and more stories about how you can thrive after abuse. And I'm talking from very, very personal experience. As always, guys, have the best day.